Hello and welcome to Buying by Taraya. In this series of videos, we're going to hopefully answer all of your questions about how to buy a home. We're going to go ahead and dive right in with Buying by Taraya. Let's talk about rates. Rates are an extremely important part of your mortgage. This has a direct impact on what your mortgage payment is and also what you're able to qualify for. What you want to make sure that you do is work with a lender who watches rates very closely and locks in when rates look to be their lowest during the time that you're under contract. Rates are only locked in for a certain amount of time, typically between 15 and 45 days. And you can't lock your rate in until you're under contract on a home. What that means is you don't want to have a lender who's going to just lock in right away for the sake of securing that loan and making sure you don't go anywhere else. It's more important to have a lender who's going to be actively watching the market to lock in at the right time. Rates don't just change weekly. Often they change several times throughout the day. Let's look at this first chart here. This one that has the blue with those yellow dots. What this is this was just a snapshot of the market on March 21st, 2022. And what you can see there, the blue line going up and down is watching where rates are trending. The lower the lines, the higher the rates. We want this high on this chart. Lower is worse. And those yellow dots indicate points where most likely there was enough change in the market that rates changed. Because these dots are lower than where they started out for the day, that means that on the 21st, it looks like rates actually changed for the worse twice that day. What that means is if you're just shopping rates and you're calling around to lenders to see what their current rates are, keeping in mind that there's over 30 different factors that affect rates. If you called one lender at 8 in the morning, another at 10 in the morning, and then another around 1 p.m. that afternoon, even if all three of those lenders actually had the exact same rate, because rates changed multiple times throughout that day, it would appear as though the later you went in the day, those lenders would have had worse rates than the previous one that you called. But that's not actually the case. It just means that rates changed that many times that day. That's why it's vital to be working with somebody who keeps a super close eye and locks not just in the right week, but on the right day at the right time. If you look at this other rate sheet here, the one with just the tick marks, again, those tick marks, the lower they are, the higher rates are. This right here was a view over 10 days. And in those 10 days, you can see that overall the trend is down. What you want to do is make sure that you're working with a lender who keeps a very close eye on these rates so that you're locking in at the best possible time during the period in which you are under contract on a home. If you have any questions about what we've discussed today or anything related to your specific budget, getting pre-approved for a purchase or a refinance, or your general real estate questions, please feel free to reach out. We are happy to be a resource for you. Stay tuned for the next videos as we continue to dive through the home buying process and all the ins and outs that you need to know. Please follow us on social media. We are constantly posting market updates to keep you informed, and we're looking forward to working with you.